Yes. I'd like to ask the board, do you guys actually know the purpose of Ridgeville when you got on the board?
Yes.
That, I mean, it's great that you want to do a lot of improvement, but you also have to think about what the city of Evanston have to offer. When the forefathers made the Ridgeville, it was kind of to have some green space so that kids could play. It's not to compete with Robert Crown and the north side of Evanston or some other place. We pay separate taxes to keep the area like Central Park, so people can have green space. They didn't want to build it direct on the property and stuff like that, or they would have done that a long time ago. They wanted to guarantee that Evanston had green space that you could go out, play ball, have fun. By putting buildings on all these places, Evanston is already landlocked, so that's why they wanted that green space. And my point is, you need to think when you make these proposals, what impact are you having against the city of Evanston? Because they have more resources than we do. And you're taxing the regular citizen that pays taxes to do all these projects. It's easy to vote on it when it's not your money. You know, it's easy to put a soccer field in an area after you've done resod, when you put new grass in there and destroy it, then you gotta go back and pay more. And it's not in the budget.
Well, in response to what you're saying about this,
Like you said, it's a time to listen.
Okay.
You could think about it in your meeting, you could discuss it. You know, I don't wanna be rude, but I'm going off track. My point is, they're great parks. You guys, before I forget, I wanna thank you, Brian, for Monday. It was a safe holiday. The police was out there, the City of Evanston Police, and you guys did a great job keeping the park safe. There are people out there barbecuing, it's great. I love to see people use the park. But when it comes to, I go by the bylaws and what the forefathers pictured for the park. And it's great when I see people using the park, laying out there, having fun. But it's bad when you put a soccer field and you're only limited to soccer. There's kids that want to play other sports. You know, it's not just a soccer field, it's an all-around sport field. People were trying on Monday to play frisbee and different sport, and there's this thing in the way and kids are climbing on it. There's dogs in there, you know? And like I said, the owner of it, yeah, he doesn't care because now the insurance on us, that's a higher risk of somebody getting hurt. Yeah, it's easy to say, oh, they had fun, but when we get sued or we gotta pay another bill, it's not part of the budget. We gotta think safety, we gotta discuss these stuff so that we elect you guys so that you can bring this issue up so that we can voice our opinion, so we don't have to come here after the fact and voice the opinion while it's still there. Like I said, it's a legal structure. It should be moved because you guys never voted on it. It was never discussed. I looked at all the minutes and none were in there. You discussed Brummel Park, putting in new equipment. Why couldn't we get the same treatment? I know that project was Ann Lane, baby. She wanted that project, that thing there. And like I told her, this is not a City of Evanston park. This is a Ridgeville park. It's a private park. It's not part of the City of Evanston. When you're gonna do something in Ridgeville, you have to follow the bylaws and go through the board. That's all I ask.
Any other comments?
I'd like to comment on the soccer field also because earlier I heard that someone mentioned that the park wasn't being used as much and that the park was being known as a park that didn't have much to do. And I'd like to state that I've known the park to be used because I used it, and also, as he mentioned, they used to come like religiously every Wednesday and Saturday and sometimes Tuesday to play frisbee at the same time every day because I used to play with them sometimes. And also, we have a person at the park, a staff, as you know, that has is there to watch the children and also give them equipment. I see him on a regular basis giving the children equipment because they also play kickball there, less often, but sometimes baseball. And then that field does not allow them to do that because the placement of it was just a poor placement, literally on top of the baseball field that you just paid money to change, and you took out the dirt to add grass to it. And then the grass you also just ruined that you have to pay more to fix, which I don't understand. And my other comment is, I feel like it wasn't a safe idea or a good idea to do it on, like, I understand you had an idea that is better for the park, but there's no rules or regulations for this field that you put in, and anything that you put or add to it, it should have some type of rules, like the equipment already probably has some rules that it must be returned or it must be given to you by the staff or and so on, but you later then kind of on the fly put the rule like no dogs in there, because I saw several people using it as a dog pen, and I found that unsafe. It's not okay for some reasons. And also, last comment on the dog thing, you're not even allowed in that park to have your dog without a leash, so then that also makes it unsafe and then unable for the children to use it. So.
Thank you.
He signed it.
He was in the list.
Any other comments?